Hi everyone, welcome to this live every Monday, live weekly energies. We're going to be discussing the week of the 10th through the 16th of August. I welcome you. My name is Patricia Arraras and I am Fearless Light Guidance. And I'm going to pick out some themes. We're going to talk about the astrology this week. I welcome you in. If you are new to my videos, stick around. There might be a message here for you. If you are watching this live, welcome. Feel free to participate in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for being here, and feel free to share and tag a friend in the comments. Okay, so this week we have some important aspects. We have Mercury move into the sign of Leo, and this is giving a voice to our hearts, and it's giving a voice to our inner child as well. Okay, so Leo rules the heart. It also pertains to the inner child. Thank you for being here, Adrian. Thank you, Moonstar. How are you? So we have that happening. We also have Mars, which is in Aries. We have it touching upon this triple conjunction that is happening. And this week, it's happening with Pluto, okay? And, you know, Mars in Aries is very much about, I want to do my will. Like, I want to do exactly what I want to do. And I don't know if you saw or read my earlier post, the Emperor came through, and that is Aries and Mars in Aries, which is its ruler. And it talks about, you know, wanting things to be a certain way, and how Spirit was coming in to say, no, we should flow through these changes, because everything has shifted, and this has happened collectively. So I love bringing you these messages on Mondays, because we start the week, we kind of realign to the energy that is happening to all of us at the same time. Okay, so let's see what the themes are. Oh, also really important, Mercury in Leo is touching, it's in a square today with Taurus and Uranus, okay, with Uranus and Taurus. And this is either going to be a moment where these changes are going to be really fantastic for us to express ourselves and let ourselves shine, or it's going to bring some sort of conversations, things that are going to happen really surprisingly, that are going to bring us to a point where we are going to have heart-to-heart conversations. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let's see what the themes are for this week. For the collective, I have my Inner Gaia Oracle, and I'm gonna pick some cards. I'm going to let Spirit come through for all of us. Okay, we have two cards here. Patterns, and we have Archangel Raphael coming through as well. So the card of patterns, this talks about karmic cycles and things that keep happening in our lives in order to bring awareness to a certain lesson, okay? And this is things that happen repeatedly, okay? And why do they happen so many times, you may ask, or why do these things repeat themselves? They happen repeatedly so that we can observe what we haven't been able to learn, or maybe we have recognized the lesson, but we have not really connected to how we're going to integrate that moving forward. Okay, so that is really what Spirit guides us to do. And that's why it comes up again and again until we get that. If we don't integrate the lessons moving forward so that they don't happen again, then these things will keep on coming through, and it can happen in different areas of our lives and in different ways. Now, Archangel Raphael is coming through, and this talks about heart healing. I also see it as expression from the heart, okay, because we are talking about Mercury being in Leo, so it's that heart chakra opening, okay? It's that heart healing, it's the forgiveness, it's the mending in relationships. And I've been speaking about this for, I think, like the past month. It's been coming through, this mending in relationships, and how do we let certain things go? How do we affect others with the way that we express ourselves? Okay. Okay, so let's see, Carla Marie. I see you. I see why you're commenting. Yes, Archangel Raphael, heart healing. It's an archangel that comes through also for people that are feeling like they need to mend certain relationships in their life, but also it has to do with healing information, okay? Things that we could receive in order to heal certain aspects of our journey, okay? It could be the physical body, our physical health as well, okay? Now we have the void coming through, and this card talks about the unforeseen encounters. It talks about enlightenment, okay, where there's been sort of darkness and uncertainty and kind of like a mystery. Something comes through here, and it makes us almost like it takes us aback. It makes us pause for a moment, okay? Now, this is the aspect that I was talking about this week. There's going to be that Uranus and Taurus touching upon Mercury and Leo, that unforeseen moment where we might be forced to really like express ourselves from the heart, okay? And this involves forgiveness and that mending, okay? I'm gonna pick one more, okay? And then we'll move to the tarot. Thank you, Angie. The message is for all of us, Adrian. This is a message for us collectively, okay? So if the message is resonating with you, let me know in the comments below, okay? And we have the card of seasons. Look at that. This is being sort of like in transition, and this goes so well with my post this morning. The post was exactly speaking about transition and changes that are occurring, and it's feeling like, you know, like we're in between worlds and like we need to adapt, okay? And also I hear everything has its season. So these changes that are occurring now are happening to all of us, and it's happening to the very fiber that connects us all. This is why I bring you these messages collectively. Okay, so this is if you're feeling like you're in between worlds, like you're feeling a little bit out of sorts, don't worry, it's okay. I know that a lot of you are going through this very heavy emotions, like you can't even grasp how to go about these changes and these transitions that are taking place, okay? Now let's see what comes through with the tarot. Ooh, here we go. Okay, we had 3 cards come through. Knight of Swords. Really fast moving circumstances, okay? And this could be communication coming in, conversations happening that require us to be really straightforward and really real. I mean, this is authenticity, but the authenticity sometimes can cause an upheaval. It can cause us to go in the sort of like roller coaster ride, okay? So in other words, drama, okay? So we have the Two of Wands in the reverse. Certain plans and certain things that we were mapping out are having to come to a pause. Things, how we planned them, are being delayed, and this is causing us to feel that very uncomfortable sense of feeling like we don't have a choice, okay? And then the Ten of Swords in the reverse. And this card in the upright signals an ending, okay? An ending of a chapter, an ending of a relationship, a feeling of being misunderstood, backstabbed, maybe even feeling, how can I say this? The word is on the tip of my tongue. So when I see the Ten of Swords in the reverse, this is temporary. This is already like we've gone through the worst, okay? And yes, I said last week that maybe things are going to get worse before they get better, and that still stands, okay? We kind of like are feeling restless. We want to move through this quickly, but we can't rush this transition because it's out of our hands. It has to do with something that is coming back up, that repetition, so that we can observe it and then forgive, act out of compassion, being kinder to ourselves and to others, okay? Because so many times we feel like, how does this person, the way that this person talks to me affects me, and you know, little do we think, how does the way that I express myself or that I speak to this person affect the energy between us, okay? So it's also about looking at accountability, like what has our role been in these cycles that it's speaking of here. Now, when I see the Ten of Swords in this way, an ending has happened, but there is an opportunity here to recover, okay? Now, this is also the energy of feeling like you're in a void, like you are in this place of emptiness, or feeling that emptiness. And it's because of this Two of Wands in reverse. It's that feeling of all of our plans, all of the things, how we foresaw them, are being delayed, are changing, and it's out of our hands, okay? Now let's get two more cards, and then we will look at the bottom of the deck for an overall energy, and we will get some more oracle cards from the wisdom of the oracle. The Three of Cups, those unforeseen encounters that lead to peaceful resolution, to elevating our vibration, to celebrations, to good news, and the mending of the relationships. If you've had a falling out with a friend, if you have felt distant from a partner or a lover or family or coworkers, and this has gone on for maybe like the past 10 months, 10 weeks, this is going to be a pivotal point for being able to come together, reunions, resolution, okay? Some enlightenment in the way that we communicate, coming to a place where we realize certain things that we didn't know were even going on. Being able to share each other's perspective and come to a place of reuniting, feeling like we could celebrate this, and that forgiveness and that mending occurs, okay? Let's get one more, and then we'll get the bottom of the deck. Energy from the 10th to the 16th, and the last card is the 9 of Wands. Okay, so the 9 of Wands speaks about things that happened in the past. You went through it. You went through the ringer with this relationship, with this person. You're scared. Definitely, the 9 of Wands is a card of being fearful because we've been hurt and we've been dragged through the mud, or you know, we don't want to seem like we don't have any sense of pride in ourselves, right? And this card has this very, very strong guidance to remain strong, and to not give up, okay? There's always a way forward, okay? And with the 9 of Wands, it's like you're almost there. The 9 is like a point of calibration that is almost there to the end, to that 10 of Wands, okay? So this is about, I feel, letting go of the fear that comes with these transitions, and what we place value onto, what other people may think or say, that fear of being vulnerable and possibly getting hurt, okay? So at the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Cups, and this talks about a time to go. Again, a time of departure from this past energy that has been luring, those karmic patterns that are coming up for us to observe again. Being able to know when something is unsatisfactory to us and stand up and have the courage to walk away, okay? Now, I feel like for many of you, there could be somebody coming back quickly into your lives, okay? And this will put you in a place of confusion, or maybe even a little bit of imbalance here with this 2 of Pentacles. Might put you in a spot where you feel doubtful, or like you feel, okay, I see the pattern showing up again, okay? Because it's like an infinite cycle of this coming up again, and it stirs up our emotions, okay? Judgment is also there, which talks about the possibility of reconciling, but not only the reconciliation of coming together and having that forgiveness and having a nice experience, even though we're working through that fearful, not wanting to be heard, feeling very vulnerable in that position. With the Judgment card, it talks about second chances. It talks about listening to the call, maybe even good news coming out of this, okay? But also it talks about doing things with purpose and aligning ourselves with purpose and things. I'm sorry about that. Had a little blip there. things that will be of our satisfaction. Okay, with that Eight of Cups, we have that sense of power in our decisions to be able to walk away. And, you know, I always see this card as being very courageous. And with the Nine of Wands as well, it takes courage to open ourselves up and let the barriers come down and expose our hearts and feel vulnerable, you know. And this definitely says don't give up. Okay, it definitely talks about not giving up, maybe not giving up on certain people in your life. Okay, what I said before about looking at the way that we communicate with people, not only how people communicate with us, okay, how do we affect others as well. All right, so to close out the reading, let's get some cards from Wisdom of the Oracle. I used that this morning. We had the cards of To the Sea, which talks about flowing with the natural changes and sort of like flowing with spirit and co-creating with spirit. We also had the card of I think it was Change is in the Wind, which absolutely changes in the wind. Things that are unforeseen, and the card of Time to Go. So knowing when to leave something behind that might not be necessarily healthy for you. And here we go. Look. Same card as we had this morning. A change is definitely in the wind. We had this other three. A change is definitely in the wind, and this is saying it's time. So it's time for you to, you know, embrace this change. Also, you have the card of A Leg Up, which talks about people giving you a helping hand, okay? Helping you in your journey, helping you in this transition as well, okay? Good friends that raise you up rather than keep you down. And then knowing when it's the time to go. Again, we had this card very reminiscent of the Eight of Cups. Knowing when something is not good for us, knowing when there's there are other opportunities opening up, and maybe even doing things that we never thought that we could do. Okay, so having that belief in yourself and that you are not, even though this person is walking alone, you're not alone. You're supported as always by spirit, angels, guides, and light beings. Okay, so I hope that this message serves you. Have a wonderful week. Share this with a friend. Tag them in the comments. I love you all, and I will see you for my next videos. Take care.